Good afternoon. Jason Clausen, Operations Section Chief with Southwest Team 1. I have your afternoon operational update for the Davis Fire. First off, I want to thank you all for your continued patience and support while we continue to add secured perimeter around the Davis Fire and add additional containment. Today I'd like to give you an operational update, and then I'd like to give you a little bit of explanation of what containment means and how we calculate containment around a fire area. So biggest thing right now is that all containment lines all the way around the Davis Fire are holding at this time. Absolutely no concerns. We have crews, equipment, engines all spread out around the entire fire, working to mop up and secure the fire's perimeter. Division Papa on the east side, just going around the whole fire, all still very good. Patrol and monitor and mop up status. We are anticipating adding additional containment on the fire's edge on the northwest or northeast corner in Division Papa and Lima, probably down somewhere around in this location here. We still have a couple areas of isolated heat along the Division Lima fire perimeter interior, not right on the fire perimeter, that we're working today to gain additional security of that fire perimeter. The majority of our efforts are in Division Charlie and Division Alpha. That is where the majority of the heat remaining close to the line all along these areas is located. Crews are on the ground with hose lays, utilizing water and securing and mopping up those edges. But I do want to make an announcement too. This afternoon we do have a couple of areas of isolated unburned islands right in this area, right in the Division Charlie, close to the Division Alpha break, totaling about 10 to 20 acres. That's the smoke that you could see from town high up on the hill. We are going to go ahead and burn out the rest of the vegetation, so you will see a higher volume of smoke in the next couple of hours, but those islands are well interior and we have firefighting resources on the ground ready to respond if needed. But at this time we're not concerned about those escaping. That's why we want to burn them out. That way we can finish it off and minimize future smoke impacts and future smoke on the Davis Fire. So again, you will see that a little bit higher volume of smoke coming from that the west side of the fire. Okay, now I wanted to explain containment, what exactly it is and how we calculate it across the fire area. So when we show containment on a map, that means that we have spent several days using all of our firefighting efforts, our hand crews, our engines, working to extinguish all of those hot spots along that fire perimeter. And depending on the fuel type, depends on how far we feel comfortable going in mopping up. Let's say for a lighter fuel type like this one, the fire, like it extinguishes itself, burns out very quickly, and we're able to go in and just hot spot cold trail and make sure there's no isolated heat sources. So those goes out very quickly. But in areas where we have heavier timbered fuels, that takes a lot more work to get that fire line secure. So it takes a lot of time digging with the dirt and hand tools and chainsaws and using water to mop up that, basically extinguishing campfire, if that makes sense. But putting out all that heat, and that heat, we could be probably 100 feet, 120 feet in off of that line until we feel comfortable showing that area of line contained. So we don't want to show it contained until we feel confident that that line is secure and is not going to come across our line, or there is no interior pockets of heat that could spot outside of our line. So that is what it takes several days to get to that point, depending on the fuel type and the terrain. Now, how do we calculate containment? Let's say, for example, the entire perimeter of this fire is about 42 miles. Let's say, just hypothetically, if it's 42 miles. If we were able to calculate, we want to black this about 18 miles of it. So we're roughly in the 40+% of containment. So that's how we do it. We take the calculation of the perimeter that we want to call contained and divide that by the overall perimeter of the entire fire, and that's how we get our percent of containment. And that is your afternoon operational update for the Davis Fire. Thank you.